Okay, example 3. Your example 3, don't freak out, will be right underneath your normal example 2, but mine's off to the side just because, me, and that's what happens. Fixing my mistake on this example, because I tried this once before and messed it up. Shocking, I know. All right, so example 3 gives us a diagram here, and they're asking us to write the scale in simplest form. So first off, that scale we want to be written as a fraction, and we need to have those labels, which is what we just talked about right over here, right? Must write labels, those units, and you want that scale over actual. So I'm just going to steal that formula, scale over actual. And for those of you that like to keep track, this corresponds with practice problem number 1. You're going to be doing the same thing for practice problem number 1 with those 2 images that they give you, and then the rest of your practice problems are going to be like those other 2 examples. Okay, so looking at what they give me here, they give me this information telling me that the actual bug is 12 millimeters long. So actual goes on the bottom. And then that means this diagram is the scale, right? Because a bug's not actually that big. That's a picture of a bug. So the 4.8 centimeters on the top. And for your practice problems, you get to stop here because I don't need you to put them in simplest form for your practice problems. But here, simplest form just tells us that we're going to do the division, right? A fraction part is a division. So into your calculator, you will type that 4.8 divided by 12. And that's going to give you a decimal. We want these to be written as fractions so we can see the scale over the actual. So you are going to use your calculator buttons. You're going to hit that second and that PRB button, which isn't on my calculator. So don't freak out. And that should give you the fraction of 2/5. 2, don't forget your labels, centimeters on the top and 5 millimeters on the bottom. Last but not least, they wanted to know what type of scale this was. So again, those 2 types that we talked about, it's either a reduction or an enlargement. Well, what were we doing here? Is the actual bug bigger or smaller than the scale drawing of it? Millimeters are smaller than centimeters, which means we made the bug bigger, which makes this an enlargement. Enlargement. We made the bug bigger. Boom.